Good morning, members of Parliament, support staff, radio listeners, TV viewers, those following via social media, and members of the media. Welcome to the continuation of the public meeting number 18 of today, Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. We've established a quorum of 9 members. Please let's stand for a moment of silence. I have received notice of absence from the following members, MP Angelique Rameau and MP William Marlin, and notice of lateness from MP De Weaver and MP Duncan. Is there any member of Parliament that wish to have the floor for notifications? Yes, MP Panderflet, you have the floor.
Good morning, Madam Chair. Thank you very much. My colleagues in Parliament, those that are viewing, I don't think we're on there, but anyhow, those that are listening. Yes, Madam Chair, I just want to use this opportunity to first and foremost, although they have lost, congratulate the Carousel Little League baseball team on a tremendous job that they have done. Imagine the team who beat them was a team that had only allowed 1 run in all. I think there are 4 games that they played. So at least Carousel was able to score 3 runs, and definitely it was not easy, but I am very happy at least that it proves that once one invests in our youth, be it the parents, be it government, be it private sector, and show the interest, that definitely it encourages our youth and they can reach a far way. So I just want to congratulate the Carousel League on the job well done, Madam Chair. Thank you very much.
Thank you, MP Panderflet. Is there any other member of Parliament that wish to have the floor for notifications? I see no need. I too, MP George, would like to stand with you in congratulating the Little League World Series for their big win over the weekend. Congratulations to the public of Curaçao for that epic win. And with that, members of Parliament, we would have then as agenda point for this public meeting, the proposal by Party for Progress, agenda point 3, the proposal by Party for Progress on parliamentary relationship development, registered under incoming document number 26, Parliamentary year 2021-2022, and also incoming document number 92, Parliamentary year 2021 to 2022, dated October 5th, 2022. And also for the agenda point 2 under this public meeting, we have pressing issues with the future of Carnival with long-reaching consequences. This can be found under incoming document number 866, Parliamentary year 2021 to 2022, dated May 9th, 2022. It is good to note that this meeting is a continuation of the meeting that was adjourned on June 9th, 2022, during which agenda point 1 and 2 were closed. Agenda point 3 was adjourned pending the advice of the Central Committee meeting, and agenda point 4 was adjourned to continue in a closed-door setting. Before we continue and go over to agenda point 3, I would like to propose that agenda point 4 not be handled, considering the Central Committee meeting that were held with the St. Martin Carnival Development Foundation and the position of government regarding their concerns that was received via the media. Any member of Parliament oppose my proposal? I see not. Then we just stick today with agenda point 3. On September 17, 2022, Parliament received a proposal from MP Melissa Gums. The proposal contains a request for Parliament to rescind or end the Parliament of St. Martin's membership to Parlatino and redirect the membership fee and travel resources into initiatives that drive deeper cooperative ties between 3 Caribbean countries of the Kingdom of the Netherlands and with our immediate neighbors in the northeastern Caribbean. This document is registered under incoming document number 26, 2021-2022, dated September 17, 2022, 2021 to 2022, yes, and can be found on the P drive of Parliament. Additionally, on October 5th, 2022, it's 21. Oh, it's a little typo here. 2000. Okay. Additionally, on October 5th, 2021, yeah, that's true. Hello. Parliament received a letter from MP Gums and MP Peterson, MP Westcott Williams, and MP Boncampa with a request that a Central Committee meeting be convened with the above-mentioned agenda point. A central committee meeting was held on June 8, 2022, and on the subject matter in which the submitter of the proposal proposed to amend the initial proposal. The amendment, registered under incoming document 999, 2021-2022, retracts the first component of the original proposal, which was to immediately terminate the Parliament of St. Martin's membership to Parlatino. The proposal is now to have the Secretariat of Parliament collect all relevant reports, initiatives, and outcomes in the archives of Parliament from 2010 to the present day that are directly related to Parlatino and its committees, including Junta Directiva, also as well as relevant invoices and receipts related to the annual spend of each year of membership and attendance. And two, that the SOAB be requested or commissioned via the Minister of Finance to execute an independent cost analysis on the contents of the information package and determine the return on investment for Parliament, and thus Country St. Martin's investment into Parlatino using the return matrix as mentioned by members of Parliament in the media and on the floor of Parliament, which are initiatives emerging by Parlatino and developments and partnership emerging from Parlatino. Additionally, the amended proposal is to maintain the second component of the original proposal, which is to engage in relationships development with St. Martin's immediate and Eastern Caribbean neighbors, and that, in keeping with the second component of the original proposal, the Presidium of Parliament organizes before the end of 2002 meetings between Parliament of St. Martin and our counterparts on Saba and Statia, as well as our counterparts of the collectivity of St. Martin and Anguilla, with the purpose of establishing relationships and hosting familiarization discussions regarding connectivity, air and sea, between our territories, impact and localized solutions to the climate in our territories, and food insecurity in the ongoing pandemic scenario. An advice has been sent on the proposal and deliberation in the Central Committee and sent to the public meeting. The proposal for this public meeting is to approve this proposal. The allotted speaking time is 20 minutes in the first round and 10 minutes in the second round. I see that our first speaker on the speakers list is MP Sarah Westcott Williams. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair Lady, and good morning to you. Good morning to my colleagues here in Parliament. A good morning to those tuned in to this meeting via whichever means. Madam Chair Lady, the first part of my discussion, if I can call it that, has to do with the decision, with which I agree, by the way, to cancel the point regarding the St. Martin Carnival Development Foundation from this public meeting. Madam Chair Lady, as you described the issue, we had a Central Committee meeting on this matter. Firstly, it was a big issue with respect to whether that meeting should have been a closed-door meeting, what they would have been able to divulge or not divulge, etc., etc. But however, we came out of that and we had a meeting. We heard the concerns of the St. Martin Carnival Development Foundation. And Madam Chair Lady, my question would have been, when I heard a proposal to cancel it from this public meeting, what were the answers? And Madam Chair Lady, in your introduction a few minutes ago, you mentioned that the answers were received in the media, I believe it was. Is that so? So right now, given the concerns brought forward by the St. Martin Carnival Development Foundation, and it had to do specifically with the concerns of the foundation not knowing or not getting a clear indication from government about this issue of putting the carnival on bid. That's where we stopped off in that meeting. So to take it off of the public meetings agenda for today is one thing, but with me, the question is still in terms of the answers, in terms of the concerns raised, where things are at. That's one. Madam Chair Lady, so that can be considered sort of a point of a proposal of order, point of order if you wish, because it has something to do with the procedure of this particular meeting and the agenda points for this meeting. In addition to that, Madam Chair Lady, now at the point where we're at, well, it should be clear that I didn't have an issue with the first proposal with respect to the PFP's proposal as far as it pertained to Latino. That was to, as the Chair Lady indicated, immediately halt participation, cancel participation as St. Martin in the Latinos organization, but I can also understand the subsequent proposal to deal with it in a little more structured way. So not just to make that decision, but to collect information here at Parliament with respect to our participation, the cost involved, etc. However, I wonder about the selection of the SOAB to do that kind of an analysis. Yeah, in terms of cost, we give them all of the information and we can get that cost analysis. But if we're looking at a so-called return on investment of this, of our participation in Latino, then I don't know if that's what we're looking for from a holistic point of view, if that can be had from the SOAB. So again, yeah, a cost analysis, how much we pay, what all, what was the cost for, etc. But then there is a deeper issue, and that is the return on investment. And I think where it pertains to that part, so it's not only the numbers, the figures, but you're looking at it socially, politically, economically, and I don't know if we will be able to get that picture from the SOAB. Madam Chair Lady, that's just a comment that I hope will be taken into consideration when we reach as far as assigning the SOAB. And thirdly, Madam Chair Lady, the issue of having our Secretariat do the work as proposed in collecting the information and what have you. And I would wonder if we can pinpoint also, like we did for getting together with other national representation bodies, so parliaments, etc., parliament, senates, etc., and if we can also pin a time, a period to having our Secretariat have the information, which would then be the basis for the analysis to be made in connection with participation in Latino. I thank you, Madam Chair Lady.
Thank you, MP Westcott. Per your point of order, I had a discussion with SCDF. Their main concern at that point was having the carnival go to bidding this year. And per what was mentioned in the media by the Prime Minister, stating that they will pull back the bidding, that was enough for them. And they are to date still awaiting a meeting with government. And once they've met with government, we will know further how it will move, whatever agreement they've made or decision that is made, they will inform us accordingly. So for them, they are okay with us pulling back this request for a public meeting. So, and they will await a meeting with government, which is still pending, to see how they're going to move further with that. Next on the speakers list, we have MP George Pantaflet. You have the floor.
Yes, thank you very much, Madam Chair. And I just want to mention the issue also, Madam Chair, that with regards to the CDF, sorry, I am happy that the agenda point has been pulled off for now, because I think that it warrants more discussion. And as you mentioned, the quote-unquote answers came via the media, and I believe that it is essential that the foundation gets the answers to the questions that have been posed, and that we can put this matter to rest once and for all. Definitely, it was said that the matter of the bidding has been pulled back, and therefore, and I want to make sure to get into the point. So, yes. So, Madam Chair, in regards to the issue of the investigation on the, let me put it this way, the production or the issue of whether it is beneficial to attend the Palatino meetings and so on, Madam Chair, I will remain consistent that for me, the attending of Palatino meetings are important. Yes, it is a costly investment, and I think it's important that a record is kept and information is given to the public as to what transpired and what were the benefits for us as members attending the Palatino meetings. Looking at our present world and the way things are going today, it's mass is power, unity is strength. And as I said more than on one occasion, when it comes to St. Martin, even at its present situation in regards to our relationship within the kingdom, what is transpiring at the moment, we have what you call a big brother in the being part of the Palatino Committee, Palatino organization, in which the countries consist of some 500 million persons. And I believe that when you make investment now, it is very often, it might not benefit you today, but you can never tell where you can pull upon those resources in the future. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, MP Pandavlat. Members of Parliament, just for future reference, let's stick to the agenda point. I have already responded to MP Westcott's point of order, and I allowed MP Pandavlat to make a statement, but let's remain within the agenda point, which is the proposal by Party for Progress. I turn to the speakers list, and the next person on the speakers list is MP Bryson. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you for that, let's say, essence of bringing it back to the agenda point. Just note that when, especially at the first speaker, someone comes and brings something forward, it does warrant sometimes some sort of response from members of Parliament. That's why it's important to bring that back to where it's supposed to be before now we all end up going off topic, which I am not going to do today. I'd like to go straight into some of the comments I have on this proposal. Madam Chair, I'm not going to go into, again, this back and forth debate as to what the value of Parlatino is. The value of Parlatino is for the individuals who have gone, who have experienced it for themselves, to be able to say if it is or if it is not warranted. That's first of all. I think everybody should have the opportunity to experience for themselves and see what that is about. But on this proposal here, it is something that I mentioned in the Central Committee meeting. Honestly, I didn't really feel like I was getting through, but being that this is a public meeting and being that another MP did also kind of question, hey, the SOAB's role, I will again want to reiterate that my, for lack of a better term, preference as an entity would be the General Audit Chamber. Because, Madam Chair, if you look, first of all, from a legal perspective, we have a direct line when it comes to accountability or requesting reports from the General Audit Chamber that we don't have with the SOAB. What I mean by that is Article 31 of the National Ordinance on the General Audit Chamber states that the Parliament may request the General Audit Chamber to conduct certain investigations insofar as the nature of the work permits. So you have an entity that is directly tied. There are an auditor, maybe not the type of auditor in the sense of a SOAB, but I think they would be more, if you look at some of the things they do, you see, for example, they'll do a mini audit on motor vehicle tax, so you'll see some of those financial type of things, but then you see other things like responsible gambling, personal license plates. You can see that that's something that the type of entity that the General Audit Chamber is, they can go into more, not just a financial audit, but just an operational and a performance audit as well. So I would propose that the proposal is amended to replace the SOAB with the General Audit Chamber under the basis of Article 31 of the, Article 31 of the National Ordinance General Audit Chamber. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, MP Bryson. Next, we have MP Melissa Gums. You have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good morning to you, my colleagues who are here, and those joining us online or via other media. Madam Chair, I too won't belabor the points that I've made regarding this faction's stance on the membership to Parlatino. I look at it very differently. I don't think that it is really up to individuals. I believe that you can quantify the value of a relationship coming from private sector. This is something that happens. If you see that nothing is coming out of a trade show or a market show, you don't keep beating your head against that wall trying to bring blood from a stone. However, leading up to this meeting, and as I was offline discussing with yourself and Khifir, I agree to switch out SOA Bay in favor of the Rekenkamer, of the General Audit Chamber. So I have no issues with that, and I've already printed the amendment then to that amendment. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, MP Combs. It appears we have come to the end of the deliberations in round one. I ask the members of Parliament if there is any need for a second round. Yes, you know this. Yes? Okay. I am requested to take a brief adjournment, so I will adjourn this meeting for 5 minutes. Meeting adjourned. Welcome back, members of parliament. Just before the break, we were just rounding off the first round, the deliberations in the first round. We are now about to move into the second round, and I ask if there's any need for a second round. Any member of parliament that wish to have the floor? Yes, I see MP Westcott Williams. That is the first on the speakers list. MP Westcott, you have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair Lady. Madam Chair Lady, I will briefly continue on the point of order that I raised with respect to the agenda for this public meeting, the one being the decision to cancel agenda point number 4 with respect to the St. Martin Carnival Foundation.
MP Westcott Williams, this is a point of order?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And the answer given to my point of order by the Chair Lady. Madam Chair Lady, I would want to know if that decision that apparently was in the media and for which the Carnival Committee is awaiting a meeting with the government, if that decision has been formally communicated to the Parliament of St. Martin. That's one. Madam Chair Lady, as I mentioned earlier, on this issue of the agenda point that we're now dealing with, I have absolutely no problem. I queried the involvement of the SOAB, given the task that would have been assigned to it. A proposal has been made for that to now be the General Audit Chamber. I don't have an issue with that. I think we're a little closer to an agency that can do what is expected of it in connection with this proposal, because I think it is interesting, Madam Chair Lady, the way that the proposal has been formulated, and I want to use the part of, so now it would become that the General Audit Chamber be requested, commissioned. I guess the part via the Minister of Finance can be left out, should be left out, because that is no longer necessary, but that hasn't happened in the amendment. But in any case, Madam Chair Lady, that's not the focus that I wanted, so I'll read that again. B in the proposal is that the SOAB, to be the General Audit Chamber, be requested, commissioned to execute an independent cost analysis on the contents of the information packet, so what we'll get from our Secretariat, and determines the return on investment for Parliament and thus country St. Martin. Investment into Latino, and this is the part that I want to stress, using the return metrics as mentioned by members of Parliament in the media and on the floor of Parliament, which are initiatives emerging by Latino and development and partnerships emerging from Latino. I like the part of the return metrics as mentioned by members of Parliament in the media and on the floor of Parliament. We have heard different metrics being used as support for Latino. So I really look forward to whether it be from the General Audit Chamber or whosoever receiving some insight into that. In fact, I look forward to receiving the initial response from the chamber, from the General Audit Chamber on our request, in which we are asking them to analyze based on the metrics mentioned by members in Parliament here, so that we can get an objective view of these metrics that would yield some type of return in the view of several members of Parliament. I thank you, Madam Chair Lady.
Thank you, MP Westcott. And again, per your point of order, yes, indeed, we will be receiving that in writing from the St. Martin Carnival Foundation, hopefully sometime today or tomorrow. Then I look now to the speakers list. The second on this speakers list is MP George, and he has Haim Behoefter, MP Bryson, Haim Behoefter, and MP Gums. Not needed. Okay, then we go then to the voting, and just before we adjourned, there was a proposal for an amendment by MP Gums, and this amendment was presented according to Article 59, Paragraph 2 of the Rules of Order. The amendment must be supported by at least another member for it to be handed. Does any other member of Parliament support this amendment? I see Hands up, we have enough support. Then we go over to the voting on the amendment. Does anyone wish to call Hope to Lucasemming? Roll call. I see no need. Then the amendment is then voted accepted unanimously. Then, members of parliament, we go over to the second voting. And according to Article 57 of the Rules of Order, we now go over to the voting for the proposal, the amended proposal, as amended by amendment registered under incoming document 1245 that we just received, Parliamentary year 2021-2022. Does any member of parliament wish to have roll call? I see no need. Then this proposal, this amended proposal, has been unanimously accepted. Then, members of parliament, we have come to the end of the deliberations on this agenda point. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your participation, and I hereby close this meeting. Meeting closed.